Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for your weekly energy forecast, where we're going to have a look at what energetic influences we have here for the week and some oracle guidance to help us to navigate this energy to our advantage. Okay, so as we do every week, we're going to take cards out for the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and the end of the week as well, just to give us a really nice, meaty overview as to what we can expect. Okay, so let's not waffle on anymore, and let's get some cards out. Let's get some guidance here for today and tomorrow, being Monday and Tuesday. We have got the Four of Pentacles. Now, if you look at this card, this lady is sitting there and she's holding onto her purse and she's got all of her wealth in there. And she's kind of like looking away as if to say, no, it's mine. So this card is about, I'm hearing the word withholding and holding on too tightly to whatever it is that she holds dear. So what I'm also hearing with this for today and tomorrow is to loosen your grip, right? So this is about not worrying about money, not worrying about where it's going to come from or how it's going to come or when it's going to come, but rather to trust the process of it all. Okay, so in other words, if you've got things in front of you that you need to pay for, or that you need to give, or that you need to supply, or whatever it is that you're needing to give away, trust that it will be replaced. Don't hold on too tightly. And I'm also hearing this as sort of letting go of control. We can't control everything. I found this has been a bit of a theme for the last while for all of us, as we can't control the universe, we can't control everything. But we have to go with the flow with quite a bit at the moment, and we've been having to do that for a while. And I feel like this is a new theme, pretty much forever now, is that we need to surrender the need to control everything. So don't hold on too tightly, because when we hold on to things too tightly, we squeeze the life out of things. Okay, now let's get some further elaboration from the angels and ancestors. That card fell right out. Let's see what fell out. Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. And if you look at this card, this lady is holding her tummy. There's her hands there. And the tummy is Earth, right? So let us not grip so tightly. Let us rather hold. And let us feel comforted and be held. So when I say let's hold everything we hold dear in life with a loose grip. Let's loosen our grip. We don't have to hold everything so tightly. And also feel loved and comforted by Mother Earth, who does love us as much as we love her. Let's also take steps today to really honor Mother Earth and to know that we are intrinsically part of nature. We are not separate from nature, right? So this is also, I'm hearing the words loneliness. A lot of us might have been feeling a bit lonely, a bit abandoned, a bit lost. This card comes up as an affirmation that we are more loved and comforted and held and supported than we know. This reminds me of an analogy Spirit gave me a while back, is where, be like a tree, right? A tree gets on with the business of growing. If you look at a tree outside, it doesn't get hysterical because it's not raining today. It doesn't get hysterical because it doesn't know when it's going to rain again. It just gets on with the business of being a tree and doing what trees do and growing. And then when it looks again, the rain has come and it takes what it needs. A tree never takes more than what it needs, because it will die, right? It takes what it needs and it continues to grow. So feel loved, nourished, and comforted by the universe, knowing that, thank you, I'm hearing there's always endless supply. We are always abundantly provided for. Okay, so let us ask for further elaboration on that and for some hacks from the Enchanted Map. Let's get some guidance here for today and tomorrow. We have Ride the Wave. We've been getting this card a lot, and this card means exactly that, as I mentioned just now. We've got to go with the flow, and we've got to ride the wave, go with the tide. Because what's really standing out for me is how these dolphins And the little fairy that's on the dolphin's back is getting on with the business of being a dolphin and being a fairy, and they're loving the water, they're riding the wave. That water is supporting their playfulness because they're riding it. They're not fighting against it and saying, oh no, the water must only go a certain way and we can only ride the wave a certain way. No, these dolphins are going for it. So let us ride the wave, knowing that that wave will always be there. Now, I'm also hearing the words waves of abundance. This is how money works. Money works on an ebb and a flow. It's intrinsically attached to nature too. It's a currency. It flows. We have an inflow and an outflow, and an inflow and an outflow. So in other words, there's time to be busy and make the money, and then there's times to be still where we don't have to be going for the money all the time. So go with the flow, trusting that we're always supported. Isn't that a beautiful message? Okay, let's see. What do we have here now for Wednesday and Thursday, middle of the week? What energy is here for Wednesday and Thursday, middle of the week? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Now, if you look at this lady, she's sitting there and she's very forlorn. So this card speaks about abandonment. It speaks about lack. So here I'm hearing shift perspective. Okay, so in other words, if money is not really flowing as much as you'd like it to at the moment, ride the wave of it. Don't take it personally, and above all else, don't think that you're not worthy or that you're not deserving. That's not true. We're all worthy, we're all deserving of being abundant and being prosperous, but we must rather look at our beliefs surrounding money in the first place, because never mind money it has an ebb and a flow, but because it's a currency, it's an energy, it also responds to our beliefs surrounding money in the first place. In other words, if we believe that money is evil and money is only for them and we cannot have enough money and because it's always for them and I never have money and that nonsense, that's the goblins talking. That's the goblins saying, well, you know what, that time when I didn't have money, yeah, it was true then, so that means it's always true. It's not like that, right? So it's time to really address our feelings and how we respond to money, because when we shift our beliefs, then that money flows better, it flows easier. When we know that we're worthy, we get our worth reflected back to us by the universe. And then also this is, like I said, a little bit of abandonment as well. We're never alone. We're never, ever, ever alone. No man is an island. If you're needing help, ask for it. If help is being offered, then do accept it, especially if it's the help that you need, right? So let us try and shift our beliefs surrounding money and surrounding our worth as well. Like, how much do we really believe that we're worth? We need to think about that. Okay, let's get some elaboration here from the angels and ancestors for the middle of the week. Guidance here, please. We have spring. Okay, and it says, see your seeds grow. Okay. So here I'm hearing the words planning, because it feels like July and August has been about planning, like planting our seeds, tilling the soil, getting the garden ready. And I'm hearing we are the garden, okay? So our lives, our journeys are the garden. So, and I think it did come up a week or two ago where we were busy planting our seeds for what we're wanting to manifest. Now, springtime is when we start to see our seeds grow. But until then, we've got to do the weeding. And this has got a lot to do with weeding. We've got to really address our beliefs, because our beliefs is what we plant in our field of dreams, right? So are we planting lack, poverty, or are we planting, hold on, I'm actually worthy and deserving. I've got to shift how I see money, okay? So therefore, the seeds we're planting now and have been planting for some time, we'll see some nice results for in spring. And spring in the southern hemisphere is September, which is just around the corner. September, October, November. So that's like the spring season. So northern hemisphere, the timing will work the same for you guys as in the next 3 months. You'll start to see some nice results. I'm hearing the tide will turn. Okay. So let's get some further guidance and elaboration and some life hacks here from the Enchanted Map. That one gets my attention immediately. Okay, details. So here this card is talking about two things. First of all, pay attention to detail. So in other words, if you're planting your field of dreams here as you have been for a while, again, pay attention to the details. What are you planting in this field? Are you liking what you're planting, aka your beliefs, or do you need to make a little bit of changes? Okay. Also, this is paying attention to detail in a sense where if you're signing contracts, legal agreements, whatever, check the details, right? Don't cross any T's or dot any I's until you understand fully what you are committing to. Pay attention to detail. Okay, so there's that. Now let us see what is here for Friday and the weekend. What guidance is here? Friday and the weekend. We have the Three of Cups. We had this card recently also, I think. This card is about celebration, taking life lighter than what we have been. Because let's be real, life has been very serious for a very long time. But we've got to lighten up. I'm also hearing stop with the me, I. It's all about me. We've got to go from the me to the we. Okay? So when we do a me thing, as in we look out for ourselves, we make sure our belief systems are correct, we're planting our field of dreams, we're really cleaning up our own house. That does benefit the collective, right? So we want to be making decisions that are for our highest good, yes, and then that by accident becomes the highest good of all. So this is also about sharing. So if you have knowledge to share, time to share, money to share, something you have excess of that you're wanting to give away or release, do so. Add it to the collective. There's somebody out there that might benefit from it, right? So, and I'm also hearing the words community. This is about community, really getting involved with your community. Obviously, pandemic permitting. Obviously, I've got to put that disclaimer in there somewhere, isn't it? But yes, this is about connecting with others of like mind, celebrating, getting out of this where you focus on yourself only and just connecting with other people because it raises your vibration so nicely. So time to celebrate, be happy this weekend, work well with others, and let's look beyond ourselves. Okay, so what guidance is here now from the angels and the ancestors? Be brave and honest. We have the Knight. So this card is all about being strong, exactly that, being brave, being honest. And I'm hearing lightly standing in your sovereignty, okay? So this weekend, be sure to take responsibility for who you are as a person and for how you fit into your community around you. Again, not me, we. Right? Let us look out for one another. Let us take care of ourselves so that it benefits the others, etc. Right? And also be brave and honest in being your own unique self, standing in that sovereignty that we all have. Okay? Be brave and honest. Speak up, speak your mind, talk about your truth. What's real and true for you? Okay? If there are situations that are upsetting for you or you feel like you're not being heard, it's time to speak up. Okay? Boundaries also I'm hearing. Don't be afraid to have boundaries where, in other words, if you've been giving too much to others, doing too much to others, or doing too much for others, spending too much money on others, etc., time for boundaries. That's why this card is here for Wednesday. It's time to look at beliefs. Okay. Friday and the weekend, let's see what the enchanted map has to say. We have Sad Embrace. Now this card is talking, okay, in the process of this, of being brave and honest, speaking your truth, speaking up, other people might not like it, okay? And that's okay. We're all entitled to our thoughts, opinions, and feelings, right? This card also talks about the letting go of whatever and whomever doesn't resonate with you anymore. In other words, if you've had that relationship or that friend or that co-worker or whatever that you've had in your space for quite some time, but they just don't seem to resonate with you, and the more you try to make it better or fix it or whatever never really seems to work, you might find that you might feel more peace as a result of letting go of that friend or that colleague or that partner or whatever it is that's been pulling you down and holding you back. You might feel the urge to say, I can't do this anymore, okay? So obviously it's going to create a bit of sadness, but your long-term happiness from being out of even that job or that business or that person or that relationship or that home or whatever that's been pulling you down, you get to wave it a goodbye, okay? So that doesn't mean this is not a doom and gloom card. Let's not go there, because remember we have this card here of friendship, celebration, community, other people. So let us focus on what we do have, the good stuff, the good people, the good things in life that are really bringing us joy and that are really working for us. Let's bring more of that in, and let's be willing to release everything that's been holding us back and that's been making us miserable. Because as we let go of what has been making miserable and that we feel deep down that we should let go of, we make room for the new good stuff to come in, the new job, the new business, the new relationship, the new friend, the whatever, that we have room to bring that in. And then we feel happier as a result, right? We can't carry around what doesn't work for us ultimately. We've got to make space and let that go. I feel like I need more clarity on this card. I feel like Spirit's not finished. Okay, what else do we need to know for Friday and the weekend? What else is here? What else do we need to know? Oh, flip. Okay, we have rock bottom. Sweet joy. Okay, but let us dig. What is here? I'm asking. Okay, the energy here is, yes, it follows on from this, as I'm going to be feeling a bit sad. We're going to be feeling a bit like, well, flip, this is not nice. I feel like it's bloody rock bottom. But Spirit is saying rock bottom is a very, very firm place to build. Now, what I'm hearing with this, they're saying it's not bad. Okay, it's not bad. This is about feeling the void, okay, of whatever it is that we are releasing, whatever it is that we are letting go of. We feel the void of it. That is a good analogy. What they're showing me here is like, let's say you are busy moving house or you're cleaning up a room and you take everything out of that room. You're decluttering. And then when you take everything out, you look at the room and it's bare. And then you think, oh, it's empty now. And it's bare. But Spirit is saying this is why perspective this week is so vital. Okay, you can either look at the room as bare and empty and forlorn, or you can see it as pure potential. You can look at an empty room and think, whoa, okay, what can I put in here? Okay, let me take what I've taken out of the room and let's see, maybe I can put that couch there, it'll work nicely there, and let me put that cupboard there, it'll look great there. So perspective is key here, people, okay, for the weekend. Perspective. Actually, they're saying the entire week, check your perspective. Where there is an empty room or an empty field, do you see desolation and rock bottom, or do you see potential? It's up to you. But Spirit is saying, look, they'll never tell us what to do, but they are saying, see potential. You'll feel better. Okay. So all in all here, people, what I love about this week for us is that as much as we're all going through a lot of changes at the moment, we are releasing a lot of things, we're letting go, and that is because we've been planting some seeds over the last while, okay? So now we've got to garden our field of dreams, don't we? As we plant seeds, right, we feed them, we water them, and we go away and do something else. We can't just leave the garden. We've got to go back and pull the weeds out. We've got to garden. We've got to take the stuff out of there that is choking the life out of what we're trying to create. So really go back here. I'm hearing go back about a month, okay? And have a look there and see what seeds were you planting in your field of dreams. Were those seeds the desire for a new job, a new house, a new relationship, a new baby, whatever you were planting about a month ago, okay, is starting to germinate under the surface, but now there's some weeds now that are clogging up our field, and those weeds will be fears. It'll be belief systems. It'll be perceptions that are clogging up our field of dreams, right? So in other words, what comes up here, what I did notice a lot of here was to do with abundance, Okay, so again, analogy here. The universe, the earth is supporting us. The garden, as in we are supported. So in the garden's analogy, we have sun shining, we have rain, we have nutrients from the soil. From the soul. Anyway, so we are supported, we have that guidance and support from nature, okay? We're planting our little seeds. Some of us are still planting, all good. Now the thought process will come in. This is the weed, this is the goblin, this is the weed, where it'll say, oh, I don't know now if this seed is growing. Oh, I don't know now if this is going to work out. Shit, it's not going to work out. Oh, flip, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of what the seed is going to become. So let me yank it up and see how it's doing. Have you ever yanked up a seed before it's germinated? I'm a terrible gardener. I do this all the time. Anyway, so that's what we're doing midweek. So if we're feeling triggered midweek and going into the weekend, it's just the beliefs. It's just the beliefs that the universe is making us aware of, right? So yes, we do need to take the weeds out. The weeds can be the beliefs, it can be perceptions, but it can also be literal things that are growing in our field of dreams that doesn't belong there, i.e. that job that we're sick and tired of, that partner, that friend, that colleague, whatever it is, that belief systems that are just not in line, not congruent. I just heard that word from Spirit, whatever that word means. What is not congruent with this garden of dreams that we're trying to create for ourselves, it's got to go, right? So this feels like quite a transformative week here for us. So yeah, okay. So that's what I love about this week for us. Huge growth for us this week. A huge big gardening expedition for all of us. So let us remember this, guys. If we're feeling triggered this week, remember, perception is everything. Let's shift our perception and our whole garden changes. Things start to germinate and we'll see some nice germinating happening in spring. So I hope that helps there. Please do stay tuned for later on when I do the individual star sign, the astro forecast. That's a little bit more relevant, a little bit more personal. So make sure to go in the comments and look up your sign, click on it, and then you'll have your individualized, such a word, forecast for yourself for the week. So sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing week. Take care and keep well. Bye.